But then I didn't know we were recording Thanksgiving today.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Until just now.
No, you knew.
We definitely talked about it.
You knew.
And told you it was your one task. Welcome to Sisters Not Saints.
Gobble, gobble.
Can you make a turkey noise for real?
Gobble, gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Oh, that was good.
I feel like mine was better, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. A
You had
turkey
a-
says...
it was a good effort.
You just sound like a clown.
Like, I can't do a turkey.
Yeah, yours is good.
Yeah, I've practiced a lot when I was a kid.
Oh.
Welcome to Sisters Not Saints, the podcast where we offer real-life advice from the sisters you've always wanted.
Featuring two real-life sisters, Kristen and Megan, and two real-life sisters-in-law, Hillary and Zoe.
Sisters, not saints. You might think they're saints, but they. Some of them are sisters, two of them have misters. But there's one thing that's for certain, it's their sisters, not saints.
Gobble, gobble.
Happy Thanksgiving!
It's our Thanksgiving episode. Hopefully you're all listening with your families and while you're cooking turkeys.
Because they're all thankful for their new favorite podcast.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I bet you're all at home doing that thing where you go around the table and you're listing, what are you guys thankful for? From
Should
this
we
last
say what we're
year?
most thankful for?
Oh.
Should we go around the living room?
No.
No.
I'm
please
thankful
no.
for each of you.
Okay, I'm thankful for this podcast.
Okay.
Something to look forward to each week.
That's very true.
Wow. Okay. I am thankful.
Megan didn't
for-
like that.
No, I liked
She
it.
didn't like the sincerity.
I liked it. It's just phony, you know?
It's not phony.
No, I get you mean it, but it's like it's like the people who, when they're sitting around the table and, you know, your mom makes you say it, it's the people who are like, I'm thankful for my family. Like, duh, of course you are. Of course you're thankful for us, Zoe.
As much as I hate it, it is very healthy and nice to have gratitude and be thankful for something. And
Exactly.
to say it out loud.
Yeah, so what are you thankful for?
I just said.
No. Something that's not obvious. That's not obvious.
It is obvious. I've told y'all off podcast that it is something to look forward to each week. It's really nice. You get to vent. We get to have dinner. We get to have a whole thing regardless of if anybody else listens.
I get to over-caffeinate you.
I think I'm doing okay. Don't talk about it.
Who knew
Maybe
3
our-
shots were too
Our
many?
listeners should know we have a nice tradition where we record at Megan's, we drink cappuccinos that Megan makes us, have a shot of tequila, order food, usually Mexican, and record. It really is nice.
Yeah. How long do you think until your husbands realize it's just a way for y'all to get out of the house every week and order DoorDash and hang out for a few hours?
They also do it. So,
Yeah. Do they?
yeah.
Poker night.
Yeah. Oh, I guess so. Yeah. Okay. It all evens out.
Yeah, totally.
It all evens out.
All right. Do all of us like Thanksgiving?
No.
Hate it.
I love it, but you know I love every holiday.
Holiday whore.
I'm a holiday whore. That's true.
Big Chuck E. Cheese energy and a holiday whore.
I don't like the food.
No, the food's disgusting.
And
Not
there's
all of it.
no presents.
I don't need presents.
I don't need presents. I like either watching someone open something or me going home with gifts. Either one.
Well, you can make your own little tradition. You give everyone a gift.
that
That's
seems
true.
expensive.
You know what I started a couple years ago for the kids, my kids, as I get these paper bags and I make them look like turkey legs and then I fill them with like little treats and prizes and they cut them open and
that's fun.
get them at the table.
I've seen pictures of you do that.
That's
that is
fun.
really cute.
Like a little,
So
a little
it's like a gift.
Thanksgiving
Sounds like
pinata?
something I would like
yeah,
at
kinda
Thanksgiving.
like a little Thanksgiving pin. Maybe I'll do it for Zoe this year.
Yeah, a lot of times
Oh,
we are
yeah.
the same Thanksgiving.
That's true, but we weren't the last couple years.
Okay.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, it's on the heels of Halloween, and everybody by Thanksgiving time is just looking forward to Christmas, which also it's like you have 2 Christmases. It's like you have to see the same people, you have to eat the same foods.
The boring Christmas with no sparkly
Yes,
lights, no
exactly.
tree, no
It's
gifts,
like
no good food.
Yeah,
Just like
it's like the prequel.
Would you be surprised to know it's the #1 celebrated holiday in the U.S.?
And I also wouldn't believe it. It's true. Not only surprised, but I need to know your source. It's true. No way that is the number one.
Thanksgiving.com.
I was shocked to learn that too. But if you think about it, because I would have thought Christmas
Or
but
Halloween.
There's so many people that don't celebrate Christmas.
And Halloween, I guess.
And
Yeah, more because more
celebrate-
adults don't celebrate Halloween.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of religions and customs and traditions don't celebrate Halloween
Thanksgiving
either.
is very American.
That's true.
So you don't have to
guess,
be
okay.
any
You convinced me.
nationality, race, anything to eat.
It took
some
me a
turkey.
minute too when I read that, but
Yeah, because it's like
I mean,
'cause it's all the same foods you get at Christmas. It's just so much.
Really?
no, it's totally different foods.
We've never had the same food.
Yeah, we
What do you have for
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving?
Christmas.
It's the turkey. It's the
Okay.
dressing. It's
well, let me tell you, my family
Yeah,
is
what weird
really
stuff
big.
are
We
y'all
had like
doing?
50-something people at every Thanksgiving. I have a huge family. And so we always had a big, often 2 turkeys, like a roasted turkey, a fried turkey, a ham, and fried chicken and dumplings were our main
my
things.
goodness.
And then you have all the mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, potato casserole, scalloped potatoes, green bean casserole, like every like corn, fruit salad, 100 pies, rolls. We had so much food. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was so, like often.
But then what do you do at Christmas?
So at Christmas, our tradition was on Christmas Eve. That was when the whole family got together and we did like hors d'oeuvres. All like everybody
that.
brought like a dish of
Yeah.
like little mini sandwiches
Yeah.
or cocktail weenies
That's
or
what we always do on
whatever.
Christmas Eve.
And Christmas Day, my mom always made gumbo, but we're Cajuns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
We did
always
that.
what we've had
Yeah.
Christmas Day.
Okay.
We do that too. That's funny.
I will say, my favorite Thanksgiving has been when I was working at Disney, and we had a big Friendsgiving, and so since everyone was from all over, we had Koreans, we had Dominican Republics, we had people from Puerto Rico, from all over the United States. So like everybody brought a dish that was kind of from there, like whatever the most celebratory dish in their culture was. And that was like amazing. Like there was 30 of us in the living room and a dish from every place. So that was like the most fun Thanksgiving.
Okay, so speaking of good Thanksgiving stories, I have a very heartwarming story that a listener sent us. Would y'all like to hear it?
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay. She says, last Thanksgiving will probably forever be our favorite. I'll back up a bit for some background. My husband and I are high school sweethearts. We've worked really hard to create a comfortable, stable home. We started trying to conceive back in 2017 with no luck. After 18 months of trying, seeking fertility help, then finding out it was never going to happen for us without the help of a sperm donor and lots of money, we decided adoption was our way forward. It took us a long time to get through the process, applications, clearances, classes, paperwork, saving every dime we could. We went live on the books in May of 2021. We had a couple potential situations come up over a few months, but ultimately we weren't selected to be the adoptive parents. We knew the process could take a year or two, so we tried to be patient. Things were quiet for a while, and then out of the blue, we got a phone call on November 19th saying we had been chosen for an emergency placement. We obviously were shocked, thrilled, and absolutely terrified to become parents literally overnight. We brought our daughter home the following day and dove headfirst into parenting with absolutely no idea what we were doing prior. Prior to our placement call, we had been planning to host Thanksgiving dinner. We had purchased the turkey, brisket, potatoes, green beans, and everything. We didn't want everything to go to waste, but we were hesitant to host our families and risk too many germs around our 1-week-old baby. We decided to cook the Thanksgiving meal anyway and told everyone to bring their own food containers, come pick up food, see the baby for a second, and then go home. We ate dinner in a silent house sitting around the coffee table while the baby slept in the swing next to us. We were so filled with joy and so happy to be able to spend the rest of the evening as our new family unit. I don't know if I can ever beat that.
Wow.
That's sweet.
That's
I
sweet.
know. I just thought it was a really sweet story.
Mm-hmm. That's cute.
Yeah. Are you crying, Hillary?
Since you aren't a big Thanksgiving fan, have you had like, is there a good Thanksgiving or is there like one thing you do like about Thanksgiving?
Yes, I have a good answer for this.
Okay.
After our parents divorced, they divorced, or they announced they were going to separate in October. And so that next year, or that next month, of course, was Thanksgiving. So we knew everyone was going to want to get together, but things were super awkward. So we decided to throw our first Thanksgiving.
And by we, like Kristen and I, decided we were going to cook everything, have everybody over.
And we'd never cooked before.
No, because
Not real foods like this.
Right. I mean, because we were younger at the time. I mean, old enough to know how to cook, but not confident enough to cook an entire Thanksgiving
For
meal.
a lot of people, like
Yeah.
aunts and uncles. And
So we really went like whole hog into it. Dad did do the turkey. But other than that, we made all the sides. We made this like
A huge fruit salad.
note to self: when you're making a fruit salad, you don't need that much fruit because it all adds up. But we had like
I cut myself severely 3 times cutting that fruit
It was
salad.
like-
But who has a fruit salad on Thanksgiving?
Oh, we
That's
had
the
so
weirdest
many.
thing.
We had
always
so many
do.
weird foods.
I mean, it was like a bathtub full of fruit,
it was a lot,
and
of
nobody touched it.
fruit. Right. We had no clue like the amounts that we would need for anything. We just knew like Thanksgiving. It's we have to make huge amounts of food, right? We made like
And, yeah.
20 sides.
Yeah, and we were just, I think, trying to distract ourselves from grief. And
We had games, so people
Yeah.
showed up, and we had assigned characters to every person. So someone would get like a Cinderella sticker, and they had to act like that person
until they guessed who they were.
So we had games and drawings, and
I want to do that.
there were
it was
drinks with
fun.
every course. We had like a certain drink that was paired with every. There was like an appetizer. I don't know. We like went all out on this tradition, but
And both of our parents, who were separated, attended.
we haven't done it since.
No, we haven't.
That was the one time, and then after that, we started going to the beach every year.
Yeah.
I like that tradition.
We realized
The
it was
beach.
too much work. So now we've gone to the beach ever since, and now that's all my kids have ever known. You don't have to do the typical Thanksgiving. You can just do whatever works
Yeah.
for your family.
That's something else I like about Thanksgiving is that I do feel like it's okay to not always follow your tradition. Like we had one Thanksgiving at Disney World, which was so fun.
Yeah, we did that too.
Peter and I were in Greece one year for Thanksgiving. It was awesome. It's just the two of us. And then we were in New York one year and we watched the Macy's Day Parade.
That's a
and
good one.
That was really fun. We ate at a vegan restaurant for Thanksgiving that year.
Oh, wow.
You should tell the
It was
story
good.
about Peter at his Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Peter, when he was in high school, performed. He was in the band, the marching band, and they got to go to the Macy's Day Parade. I think maybe every year they went. But so he went one year with his marching band, and they delayed the entire Macy's Day Parade, Peter and his friend.
Why? How?
Oh, because they slept in.
That sounds like Peter.
And and it was time to start, and they didn't get up, and the band director had to come bang on the door and wake them up, and they were late, so the whole thing was delayed because of the two of
I'm
them.
surprised they like waited and didn't just. I mean, I
Just
guess
move
it's so
on.
meticulously planned out that they had to wait. But
And he was in such a hurry, he didn't dress appropriately, so he just like threw on his band uniform and ran out. So he froze because it was really cold. You know, it was
Yeah.
Thanksgiving morning in New York, and he didn't have like his gloves or like with like long underwear, whatever you wear under your uniform.
Yeah.
And he was really miserable and froze the whole time. But
But also, wasn't that the year that his fingers were broken? And so the band leader gave him a different instrument and said, just pretend to play?
I think that was a different year.
Okay.
But it
They,
could be.
they didn't go every year, but they got invited like 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
They weren't just like automatically invited. I think for some reason they got invited twice.
They earned their place at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Apparently.
it just seems like they would have been like, okay, we're down 2 men.
Speaking of, the Macy's Day Parade is one of my favorite Thanksgiving traditions.
See, I'm not really like a parade person either.
You know what? I am now with kids, but we
Yeah.
didn't grow up watching
Right.
it. Our parents were really grinchy about holidays. And so we never grew up. They'll probably hear this and
They'll be like, no, we weren't.
you just didn't want to watch
You
it.
never wanted to watch it.
It was never on. It was never offered.
Yeah, it was just never like it was never a thing. It was just I don't
Well,
know.
and also I think we grew up in Louisiana where it was warm weather. It was like 70 degrees usually on Thanksgiving. And so we were outside playing.
Well, I mean, I grew up in the same area.
And you
Yeah.
watched
As
the
you.
parade. So the
And
parade made it
also,
to Texas.
The parade comes on early in the morning.
yeah.
You probably weren't outside playing.
And we weren't even in Louisiana for
No,
Thanksgiving.
we always
I
went
take
to
it back.
yeah, we always traveled for Thanksgiving. All right, guys, who's ready for a riveting round of Thanksgiving trivia?
Me.
Okay.
I want a trophy at the end.
All I can offer you is coffee and Sour Patch Kids.
I'll take the coffee.
I'll take the Sour Patch.
Only if you win.
What about each question? Can I have one?
Only if you get it right.
Yes, but you can't chew it while we record. Okay. So keep track of how many Sour Patch Kids we owe you. Okay. What product owes its existence to Thanksgiving?
Not a turkey.
What product?
Cranberry
a turkey,
sauce.
A turkey popper.
Oh, that's a good guess.
What's a turkey popper?
You put it in the turkey and it pops when the turkey's done.
I think that only happens on sitcoms.
No, it's a real
that's
thing.
Wait, no, isn't that like a thing that is naturally in the turkey?
No,
No?
it's a plastic thing you stick in there.
Okay.
Neither
You're
one of us have
thinking of-
ever
You're
cooked.
thinking of the giblets.
Ew.
I don't think I am, but
Yeah, like the little sack
I
of
no,
like,
I know what that is.
Stop.
Okay.
With
We
the
should
hand
also-
motion.
it's
I don't want the
cranberry.
hand motion.
Kristen, do you have a guess?
I don't. I don't even know what a turkey popper is. Frozen dinners.
Really?
In 1953, Swanson misjudged the number of frozen turkeys it would sell by 26 tons.
That's a lot.
Their brilliant save was slicing up the turkey, repackaging with trimmings on the side, and voila! Frozen dinner.
Wow.
Genius.
Yeah.
I live off of frozen dinners without.
And look at you. You
and
thought,
now you can be thankful for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
do you really eat frozen dinners?
I mean, not like the turkey,
Like
with
a
the
hungry
trimmings on
man?
the side.
Are
No,
you just at
but
your house
like,
eating hungry men?
But like a frozen pad thai, like a frozen meal in the freezer. Yeah. A
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's okay.
Was that not super clear? A frozen meal in the freezer. I do eat freezer meals.
I don't know. When you hear frozen dinner, I think hungry man.
No, I don't.
Or
eat that
like
kind.
those. Did y'all
But
ever eat
it's
those?
evolved.
The like kid cuisine.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And
I
that
love
was
those.
like, you thought like the height of luxury.
Amy's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the like enchiladas and stuff. Yeah, those are really good.
See, without Thanksgiving, I wouldn't have my Amy's.
Right, exactly. I mean, dare I say you love Thanksgiving. What did Charlie Brown serve his friends for Thanksgiving?
Oh my God. I feel like I should know this. I love Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. And I have no idea. I'm going to say pizza.
Kristen?
I don't remember.
Buttered toast, popcorn, pretzels, and jelly beans.
Never would have guessed it.
That sounds like my kind
Again, I have to
of
say,
Thanksgiving meal.
Zoe, I,
I
think
would
you
serve
would
that.
thrive at that
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Maybe Zoe should host a Charlie Brown themed
Yes,
Thanksgiving
that would be
dinner.
perfect for me.
Yeah. Did Elvis like Thanksgiving?
I mean, I feel like the answer should be no. Like it's a
feels
trick
like a trick
question.
question.
He loved it because he was a butterball, so I bet he loved a butterball.
First of all, we do not.
Oh, we don't use that
we
word.
don't fat shame people, Zoe.
I didn't even know what you meant. Is that a term for?
I just feel like that's the only thing she could have meant.
Is that what you meant?
did it for like a round
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't fat shame Zoe.
But people we're cutting this out. But people made fun of Elvis for like.
Oh, I'm not cutting this out. No. The entire world's gonna know.
Wait, but Elvis wasn't fat.
Yes,
Oh,
when he died
He
and was
was
on
at the
drugs, he
end.
like swelled up.
He had his. There's always the
okay.
joke of like, I'm dressing up as Elvis. Are you gonna be fat Elvis or cool Elvis?
Yeah, he was
I don't
not
know
a
that joke.
heartthrob at the end.
Okay, well, Zoe, another thing that you have in common with Thanksgiving, Elvis also does not like Thanksgiving.
Why?
He was never home. He toured so much that he was never home on Thanksgiving, and so he had to eat peanut butter and banana sandwiches on the road.
But didn't
And
he?
I
But
would love
wasn't
that
that his
too.
favorite food?
Yeah, but he just wasn't, I guess, with his family.
You know what he should have had? A frozen dinner.
Yeah.
If only he knew.
Yeah. Okay, what percentage of people prefer leftovers to the meal?
All of them. Me.
That's not a percentage.
100%.
65%.
Kristen?
Well, I actually thought most people would prefer the meal.
I would
So it
prefer
would be a low
neither.
percentage for.
79%.
Ooh, that's a
I was
really
pretty
high.
close.
The moist maker.
Yeah, classic.
Very classic. If any of our listeners know what the moist maker is, please go to our Instagram page and comment what that is from on our Instagram page for this episode, and we will celebrate you. Black Friday is the biggest day for which trade profession? And for anyone who doesn't know, a trade profession is like a skilled worker.
Like something you went to trade school to learn, not a college necessarily.
Okay, so let me think about what trade workers I can think of. I'm going to
Think
say
of like electricians,
not
welders.
a welder. I would
Profession
guess
that can be.
welders aren't like most needed on Black Friday.
Yep.
I mean, maybe an electrician because people buy a lot of electronics.
Okay.
But I mean, would you hire an electrician? No.
Zoe, any guesses?
What's another trade?
I know the answer, so I don't want to say it.
Oh, okay.
How do you? Oh, because you saw this somewhere. Okay. Kristen, what are your
give us a
guesses?
guess.
Plumber.
Kristen's right. It's
Really?
plumbers. Yep.
I guess because
Why?
you eat all
those
that food
foods.
and then you just
Yeah, and all the people in one
the
house.
next day. Yeah.
Oh, that's
'Cause
funny.
you have the most amount of people in a house.
That's like their busy
Yeah.
day. Yeah, that
That's
makes
hilarious. That's their it's their
Holiday
Brown
season.
Friday.
Brown Friday.
I bet they call it that.
Yeah, true. I bet they do. I bet someone's made that joke. Which turkeys actually gobble, male or females? And if anybody wants to hear my turkey impression again, I'll lay it on you now while they think.
I'm gonna say male. It's probably their mating call.
Yeah, male. Male.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh,
One coffee
go
for you.
me. Coffee for me.
Oh, here's something interesting. Black Friday, 10 deaths and 105 injuries on average.
Yes.
10 deaths.
Yeah, Black Friday has produced 10 deaths. It's a very dangerous day. It's produced 10 deaths and 105 injuries.
Wait,
Wow.
wait, every year?
No, total. Since it
Okay.
Okay.
the shopping and the
Right, okay.
stomp.
I was going to say, wow,
stampeding.
10 people every year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's why I don't go Black Friday shopping. Does anybody here go Black Friday shopping?
I do. It's a national holiday for my family.
Oh, really?
It is.
But what do you like? Do y'all go out into it?
Yes. Okay, I have issues with Black Friday, modern Black Friday, because growing up, me and my sister and my mom and my grandmother and my aunt and my cousin would all go Black Friday shopping together. And we would get up at like 5 a.m. We'd go drive through somewhere like McDonald's, get food and coffee. And we would drive. We lived kind of in the middle of nowhere. So we would drive into Houston, which was a big city. It was 2 hours from us. And we would shop all day. And like all day. And we would always stop like halfway through the day and eat like Mexican food and then keep shopping. And it was so fun. And we've done it every single Black Friday. But now recently it's, Black Friday so differently and
They're
start
pulling
like,
it
they
back.
start now. It's like Black Friday sales start now.
Yeah.
And they also started doing it on Thanksgiving. And I have friends who had really similar traditions with their family and they've continued like Thanksgiving night, they all go out together and they kind of shop all night. But my family was kind of like, no, we're not doing that. We're only doing on Friday. But it's way less fun because it was fun to like go at 5 or 6 and see all these huge crowds run in and everyone's like super excited and trying to get to certain stores.
Yeah.
And the Christmas music is playing. And now it just doesn't have like the same vibe. So it's kind of sad.
The only experience I have with Black Friday shopping is 2 years ago when we were at the beach. We accidentally Black Friday shopped and it was so fun. And we tried to do it the next year, but because of COVID, they weren't doing it. And that was a
Yeah.
big, like we
COVID
drove,
did
and it was
really also like, it was kind of like the nail in the coffin for Black Friday.
right. Because I feel like now everybody is so, let employees have the day off. And
Oh, how dare they?
No, I don't think they do that. I think all the stores are open, but I
No,
think it's just now we online shop so much.
But they've rolled it back some where it's not like opening at midnight.
Yeah, I don't think it's nice.
I don't
to
think they
retail
should do
employees.
that. No, I
should be
hated when they
Friday.
did that. I hated when they started at midnight and then they even bumped it to like 6
7
p.m. on
yeah.
Thanksgiving. Like I hate that. I loved the early morning Friday.
Yeah.
It was such a fun like next day tradition to shop. And it really was like a family thing. And it was like the one time a year you got all these like and we really did Christmas shop and there were deals and like
Yeah.
you really felt like you got these fun deals. You got most of your Christmas shopping done. You're with family the whole time.
I guess my thing is I've never really had a lot of people that I have to buy for Christmas. So the idea of shopping in all of that madness for like the 3 people I buy gifts for.
Weren't you shopping a lot for yourself though? Like that's when you get.
As a teenager,
Yeah.
yes, we shopped because then we'd go to like the fun malls and me and my sister and my cousin would pick out all new clothes that were our Christmas gifts. And then our mom, like take them. Obviously we couldn't get them till Christmas, but that was super fun as like a teenager to go and get like
Yeah.
a new wardrobe.
Yeah.
And it was, and it was extra fun because we would go to Houston where at the time they had all these stores. Like it was when Forever 21 came out and all. We didn't have anything like that near us. So it was like super exciting to like go to these new, cool, trendy stores.
Wow.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I loved it.
We didn't do anything like that. I don't even think we knew what Black Friday was.
Yeah, until I was an adult, I probably didn't even have any.
Honestly, I thought it just happened in New York City.
Really?
Yeah, it was never.
Never made it to Louisiana.
No, I don't.
Well, you say that. It just didn't make it to your family.
Yeah. Yeah, it was never even a thought. But again, I think it goes back to we didn't buy a lot of Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
It's like, who were we buying for?
But also even like like I told you, we had a huge Thanksgiving with like 50 people. All the women, after we ate, all the men would go watch football. It was like a very stereotypical thing. They'd all be watching football, and all the women would all bring their newspapers and pull out all the Black Friday ads because they all came out on Thanksgiving, and everyone would lay out the ads and circle the deals they want. Because like all the aunts were like buying for like their young kids and wanted to go to like Walmart to get the new hot toy. And then like me or like the older like teen cousins would like pull out the stuff we want, and everyone would be like circling things, and everyone would write down their plan, like at 5 a.m. we're meeting here, by 6 a.m. we need to be at this store. And it was like, but it was so fun to like have everybody.
No, it sounds
like,
fun.
doing
It's just
that
it never
together.
even occurred to anybody in our family to do that. All right, so who's ready for some Thanksgiving themed questions from our listeners? Thank you so much, guys, for sending us in specifically themed Thanksgiving questions. My boyfriend says I'm sensitive because I bought Campbell's chicken and sausage gumbo for Thanksgiving. He's from Louisiana and says I should have asked him to cook it. I thought he was joking at first, but he says it's trash and no one in his Cajun family will eat it. What do I do?
And he said she's sensitive? Why isn't the boyfriend sensitive?
I think that she's sensitive.
Because I think her feelings were hurt that he was like, your
calling
Campbell's
it trash
soup is
and
trash.
whatnot. Yeah. Okay, but I'm so sorry. And Hillary, I'm sure you can agree, as being from Texas, Kristen and I are from Louisiana. And if somebody showed up with a can of Campbell's chicken and sausage gumbo,
I would never touch that.
It's trash,
It's
but you
trash.
wouldn't
It's
tell
trash.
them that.
Yeah, you would just say you made it.
no,
You'd
No,
be
but like
judged.
if Peter got canned gumbo
Yeah.
and attempted to serve it to my family,
To a-
I'd be like, no,
a
that's
Cajun
trash.
family, like
Yeah.
it'd be like going to an Italian house and serving like Prego or something.
Yeah.
Like you just
Right.
know
Worse,
your
it'd be like
audience.
showing like Chef
ravioli,
Boyardee or
right.
something.
Like imagine we invited you over to our house for Thanksgiving and you show up to like our dad's house and you're like, hi, I have this can of chicken and gumbo soup and
or like
I
a
made it.
turkey frozen dinner.
Yeah. That's the equivalent. Zoe's like, frozen dinner, I'm in.
I was trying to think of the name of it. Stouffer.
So, I mean, yeah, maybe he could have been more gentle about it, but that's just a big faux pas to show up with canned gumbo.
In Cajun culture, your roux
Yeah.
is everything. Like they'll ask, "Do you know how to make a roux?" And you have to know how to make a roux.
Yeah.
Also, if it's a family Thanksgiving dinner, you would need like a lot of cans of
Yeah.
soup.
Gumbo is a big dish. You have to like really make a pot of gumbo.
You have like a gumbo pot in your house when
I've-
you cook gumbo.
Yeah, and I've been to like holidays where there are multiple gumbos served and people
Yes.
taste everyone's gumbo. Everyone's is different.
Definitely.
So yours would just not stack
Yeah.
up.
So I think that he's maybe, like I said, his delivery probably wasn't the best, but he's probably trying to save you from the reaction we all had
yeah,
coming
like,
from his
'cause
family.
the
Because his family
would
would laugh in your face. And
Yeah.
it is.
But
that's-
also,
they
like,
would.
obviously she doesn't know how to make gumbo
Yeah.
or maybe not cook that much if she got canned soup for the meal. And if your boyfriend's offering to cook it, then great. Then you
Yeah,
can take that
problem
off your
solved.
plate. He can cook it and you don't have to worry about it.
yeah, absolutely.
She probably thinks she needs to show up with a dish to his family's
That could be it.
event, you know, but like let him cook the gumbo and then you make something else.
Yeah, bring a dessert, bring anything else.
Make your family's special thing.
Yeah.
Don't make Cajun food for Cajun people.
Right.
Yes. No, make something that you're comfortable making.
Totally.
Get another flavor of Campbell's soup.
Alphabet.
Split pea. Their split pea is pretty good. So if you're going to go for some Campbell's soup, I would go for split pea. It's a big hit. Make it with milk, not water.
I hate split pea soup.
That really sounds disgusting.
So gross.
Oh my God, I love split pea soup of any kind.
Well, anyway, they're going to be very welcoming and nice to you unless you make terrible Cajun food and serve it to them. That's where I see people draw the line.
That is, yeah,
Agreed.
that's a deal breaker. Okay, so I plan to see my mom at Thanksgiving. A couple years ago, I came out as trans and have changed my name. As a child, my mom tattooed my sister's name and my name to her back. I plan to ask her to remove my dead name again. We've had many fights about it in the past. She says she covers it with clothing and only she sees it. Won't have it removed. Am I wrong to be hurt?
She can be hurt, but she cannot tell her mom to remove the name that she named her daughter.
I don't know.
That's expensive. Nobody sees it. When's her daughter seeing her back?
I think if you're a trans person and your dead name, like
But-
if you know that it's out there and you know your mom's continuing to wear it and like that's not your name, you don't associate with that gender, with that name, I could see where it would be hurtful to them that your mom refuses to acknowledge your new identity.
But I think she just has the tattoo on her back because she got it. It's permanent. It costs a lot of money and pain to remove it. And it doesn't mean that her mom's calling her the dead name.
Yeah, I was going to say it depends. It sounds like maybe if it's such a trigger for the transgender person, maybe her mom isn't accepting of it, because then I could see why the tattoo would really bother her. But if her mom is, or his, I'm sorry, I don't remember if it was a boy or girl.
They don't
What
actually
pronoun?
even say.
Okay, so I'll say they.
Yeah.
Now I forgot what I was saying. If the tattoo bothers them that much, maybe the mom's not accepting. But if the mother is very accepting, then I agree with Zoe that the tattoo is just there and permanent.
On there, it's not even on their back, on the mom's back. It's not like she's like, oh, look at my favorite daughters are on my thing. Like, it's a tattoo she got a long time ago, and it's...
But if it's a dead name and your mom still has it on her body, I don't know. It does just feel like you're like, we need to let this go and accept my new self, you know?
I don't overly have an opinion on it.
I mean, it's hard to ask someone to change their tattoo, but I think if I'm just putting myself like in this position, if I had a child, they were going through this and I had something on my body that really hurt them and impacted them,
Right.
then I would do what it took. It's $200 to change a
Right.
name tattoo. If it really hurt my kid, I would want to change it. I know that's maybe not every parent's, because they also do have the association of like, I picked that name for you. That's the child. You were born this child. I get that that's a grieving process, but I also feel like your kid's feelings in the moment like matter more than the name you picked out for them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Maybe instead of asking their mother, like, I'm going to use Thanksgiving to like have this argument with my mother, maybe instead use it as a time to have a conversation with your mother about what's really bothering you.
Yeah.
Is
And
it really just the
explain.
tattoo, or is it deeper than that? And what can you do to fix that relationship? And then maybe once you come to an understanding or agreement with that, then you could be able to express why that hurts so much that name is still there, if that is such a
But
a
also,
hurtful
if
thing.
she is 100% unwilling to change it, it is her body. And you kind of just have to respect that and just not let it affect your journey, because your journey is still your journey. And she is right. I mean, nobody sees it. And if she's accepting of you in every other way, I wouldn't think a tattoo on her body is worth damaging the relationship.
But if it is damaging the relationship,
But that's what I'm saying. I think that maybe they need to adjust their expectations also.
Well, or the mom has to adjust her expectations.
I think they both do, but if she's accepted everything up to this point, then I think you have to give some also.
I don't know. I don't know if you're the one that's hurt, like if you're the one that always has to give.
But at the end of the day, it's her body.
yeah, but it's also your identity and who you are as a human. And if you feel like you're trapped in this prison of a body and now you're finally free of it,
Right.
but your mom still has this reminder of who you were, I can see where that would be hurtful.
Yeah, and I get that it's hurtful, and have that conversation with your mom, but it is her body.
But when is she seeing? That's the thing. Is like, when is she
Yeah.
seeing her mom's back?
That's what I'm saying, is at some point you just got to have to take, if she's accepted you, then, and accepted this journey you're on, that's the most important thing.
That's why I think sit down and why is the tattoo the thing that's triggering you?
Yeah.
And B, why is the mother refusing to do it? You know, is it money or is it an emotional attachment?
Right.
Like, you got to figure out those, like, what the real issues are here.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, actually.
And also, maybe don't even bring this conversation up at Thanksgiving.
But if it's the only time they see each other and it's really weighing on this person,
Yeah, but you can have this conversation over FaceTime. Don't like ruin your whole Thanksgiving.
Or wait till at least
Yeah.
the family leaves and it's the two of you.
Yeah, like, that's what I was, like. It's like, I get it's important to you, but it's just sometimes you can just have these conversations over FaceTime when it's not a family holiday.
I don't know. I think this is an in-person conversation.
I agree.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
If you're going to have a really
weighty-
deep down, let's figuring out what the issues are, I think in person.
Okay.
Unless, I mean, you're only see each other once a year or something. But
Right, which could be the case.
But even so, if you only see each other once a year, doesn't it make it less of an issue also?
No, because I think it's just knowing in the back of your mind. Like, you don't have to see it. You just know that it's there. And I think that that can be a trigger for some people that are going through this process, you know, that they felt like trapped in a body that wasn't theirs. And they finally have grown out of it. Not grown out of it, but made the appropriate changes to transition. And then it just feels like a slap in the face that their family doesn't accept it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
But I think what Hillary said was good advice. I think what you need to find, like, whatever the root issue is between the two of you and find a way to work toward each other.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay. All right. So I think we've got time for one more question, guys.
yeah.
Okay. So this listener has what sounds like issues we all struggle with. She says, I have got one uncle who is always present at Thanksgiving, who we disagree on pretty much everything. Social issues, political issues, entertainment, pop culture. We just don't agree on anything. How do I navigate an entire long weekend with him without being miserable the entire time?
Steer clear. Just like don't spend that much time with them.
Yeah.
I think you have, because often, you know, you're eating dinner together and there's always that one family member who kind of tries to,
Goes rogue and just tries to bring up every difficult thing.
you know,
they
they're
can
trying to
think
get a
of.
rise out of people. There's always someone in the family who's trying to get a rise. And so they're going to bring up something they know is going to upset somebody or start a fight. I think just nod and smile. Don't have to agree or argue. Just say, oh, that's very interesting. So Uncle Bob, tell me, how's work been lately? And just, you know, you can always ask a personal, interesting question. People love talking about themselves.
Yeah.
And just, you know, go from there.
Yeah, and I think also think about your mental health and your comfort level. Engage as much as you feel like you can, and then don't. And just flat out say, like, listen, I don't want to talk about this. We don't agree, and that's fine. That's what makes the world go round.
Buy a sign that says,
No politics or religion.
and hang it up at the Thanksgiving dinner table.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I mean, I think you should tell them not everybody's going to agree, and that's fine. And there's no point in trying to hash out your differences. You're not going to change his mind. He's not going to change your mind. Move on. Let's eat some turkey. My gobbles are getting worse as we go on.
You overgobbled.
I know.
All right, before we go, because most people don't love traditional Thanksgiving Day food. If you could start a tradition where you ate a new dish at Thanksgiving that wasn't a traditional dish, what would your Thanksgiving dish be?
Do I have to eat this every Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm. This is our new Thanksgiving tradition. No more gross dry turkey every Thanksgiving we're having.
Mine would be jambalaya.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't love jambalaya as someone who grew up in Louisiana. Jambalaya is not my favorite.
Well, what's your Thanksgiving dinner?
I would say like a nice soup or a stew or like a chili. Like it's cold, it's winter. I'd still take the mashed potatoes. I'd put them in my
the mashed
soup.
potatoes.
But yeah, something just warm and nice. Oh, a chili bar.
That's good.
Okay.
I like that.
Idea.
When you said chili bar, my brain heard dilly bar, and I was like, weird. Okay. I mean, I would probably say tacos.
A taco bar.
A taco bar, a nacho bar, like one of those butcher block papers, and you throw everything on and you just eat.
Sounds good to me.
What's your food? Oh, you said jambalaya. Right. Okay.
Hillary?
I think I would go almost similar to Thanksgiving, but like a Southern food. I never eat a bunch of Southern food, even though I like it. But if I thought on Thanksgiving is when I have mashed potatoes, fried chicken, big buttery rolls and green beans and garlic bread, all those things, which I know some of that is Thanksgiving
I feel like you
food.
just described Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but okay, I guess I don't really like turkey, or sweet potatoes,
So you'd replace it with
or
fried
pie,
Yeah.
just an unhealthy Southern meal. Yeah, you could have chicken fried steak. Yeah, that sort of stuff.
Or a good brisket would be.
Yeah, I would like that too.
All right, guys. So as always, if you would like to submit your questions to us, go to sistersnotsaints.com. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Sisters Not Saints Podcast. Leave us a review on iTunes. Rate us on Spotify. Listen to us everywhere. Share us with your friends and family this year for Thanksgiving. If you need something to play in the background during Thanksgiving dinner, we would recommend this podcast, and we will see you next week.
And we appreciate each and every one of you.
We are grateful for all of our listeners that we get every week. We started this not really knowing where it would end up, and I would say we were all just surprised at how you've all supported us. So thanks.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Don't kill your families this year.